Please welcome boxing out of the blue corner. Wearing the black shorts with the red and white trim and silver tassel. Representing the boxing gym from Maidstone, Dave Battersby. And his opponent across the ring, boxing out of the red corner. Wearing the blue shorts with the white trim. Representing the RJ's Gym, Lee Spencer!
So, fight number 6 here at the Circus Tavern, and what a great night of boxing it's been so far, under the management of Alan Mortlock of the IBA. Mark the White Shark Potter refereeing this fight between Lee Spencer in the blue trunks with the white trim and Dave Battersby in the black trunks, slightly multicoloured black trunks. Now this is going to be an interesting fight. Lee Spencer has been fighting with the IBA for many years now. Took a bit of time off and just slowly coming back into it. And he's got a tough opponent, I hear, with Dave Battersby, who's not going to lie down at all for Lee Spencer. Tough man, hard hitting, always gives the fans value for money. And once again, at the start, likes to attack. He'll be looking to try and take Dave Battersby out, but I don't think that's going to be possible. Dave Battersby, very strong fighter. So Lee Spencer's got his work cut out in this fight, but the fans are really behind him. They want him to win. Everybody likes Lee Spencer here at the Circus Tavern. He's been fighting for the IBA for so long. He's a very well-loved boxer for the IBA, but taking some punishment now from Dave Battersby. And Lee Spencer won't like that, and neither will the crowd. So what are the chances of Lee Spencer here in this fight? Probably the superior boxer, very experienced. He'll be looking for any weaknesses that he can see in the skills of Dave Battersby, who's a stocky, strong fighter, often named really as an opponent, but always gives the fighters a lot of trouble and gives of his very best. Lee Spencer, some good shots there. Dave Battersby coming back but not connecting with anything. Lee Spencer looking for the opening, went in there with a left hook. Just trying to find that opening. Did work very well in that first round. Let's just see it again. But that was the attack from Dave Battersby that had Lee Spencer up against the ropes. And his corner advising him, probably the best way to have a go at Lee Spencer. Good first round, very entertaining. Round 2 coming up in front of a packed crowd here at the Circus Tavern. Lee Spencer in the blue trunks against Dave Battersby in the black and white, red and blue. He's got every colour on there. Lee Spencer attacking again, some good uppercuts, good combination, catching Dave Battersby. Lee Spencer behind the jab, but a bit of pressure now coming from Dave Battersby, getting Lee Spencer in the corner, but no real problems there. Lee Spencer done it all. He's won everything with the IBA, fantastic fighter. One wonders how much more motivation he's got to keep coming to these fights, giving his best. Probably egged on by the crowd who love him. Has a huge fan following. But fights may be getting a little bit more difficult these days. Relying on his skill, maybe less of his speed than he used to. Picks his moments. Maybe a little bit slower, but he's just looking for that opening, trying to size up Dave Battersby. See where the opportunities are to land with a big one. Good jabs from Lee Spencer. He's got a good defence as well. Not much you can teach him. Catching those blows on his gloves. And replying. Doesn't like to take a backward step. Building up to another attack now. Dave Battersby coming back a bit there. Lee Spencer almost taking a little bit of a breather. He knows that he could probably win this on points if he wanted to. It's a matter of how much desire he has to really get involved in a brawl here with Dave Battersby. We'll just pick him off as he has been doing in this first 2 rounds. Nice shots, nice body shots from Lee Spencer. That's the end of round 2. More advice in the corner now for Dave Battersby. Very game, lad. And here we go. Final round, round 3, Lee Spencer against Dave Battersby, and you'd have to have Lee Spencer ahead. Maybe needs to step it up a bit in this last round. Moving a bit quicker, a bit sharper, looking to punch out that jab, catch him, connect with a hook. Yes, caught Dave Battersby off balance there. Good evasive action as well by Lee Spencer. All got tagged there with one. Been roughed up a bit by Dave Battersby, and really that's probably the best thing to do. Dave Battersby got him up against the ropes now. Lee Spencer trying to fight his way off there. Eventually Mark Potter separating them. Needs a big last round just to seal the victory, I think, here, Lee Spencer. But getting caught not as much as he would like by Dave Battersby. Covering up. But it's not really the Lee Spencer we see that often. Good flurry of blows there from Lee Spencer. Really is probably in charge of this fight. Doing some good body shots there. Dave Battersby moving forward, not throwing much. Oh, a wild swing. That was never going to connect, that one. Tiring a bit, I would think, after quite tough rounds. They're quite well matched. Lee Spencer with the extra skills, I would say, but still getting tagged far more often than he would have liked. It's not been an easy fight for him, but connecting well. Could be a big finish from Lee Spencer. Has he got it in him to give a big finish, get the crowd on their feet? Some of these blows not connecting. And there it goes, the end of the fight. Not vintage Lee Spencer, but a very solid performance against a very solid performer, Dave Battersby. Over to Billy Nicholson with the result.
Rounds of IBA action, we do have a unanimous decision. And that decision goes in favour of...
Yes, there it goes. Lee Spencer is the winner. Worthy winner, I thought. Not vintage Lee Spencer, but lovely to see him in the ring. Exciting his fans as he always has done, and the crowd love him. They really do.